and to Srimad Bhagavad Gita and very interested in spiritual subjects. And in the young ages, the family migrated to the East Africa where Maharaj received his higher education, and later they migrated to United States of America, USA, where Maharaj took up the biochemist, and he was doing his advanced studies. That's when he came in contact with the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, came in contact with the devotees, and after seeing the Harinam and looking at the books, Guru Maharaj got very much attracted, and within very short span of time, he joined the temple, became a life member, started serving the temple, and he is a disciple of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, got initiation from Srila Prabhupada, and later Maharaj took up several roles in the GBC, took up the roles in many temples. He also moved to India. Now he's currently based in Vrindavan. So Maharaj stays in Vrindavan, and he spends less than half a year staying in Vrindavan, and most of the year he'll be traveling around many countries, including Australia. He goes to New Zealand, Burma, Thailand, Myanmar, Canada, USA, and also in the Arab UAEs. So he spends most of the time preaching, and he's also initiating spiritual master in ISKCON, and he has got disciples in many countries. And some of the major services he has taken up around ISKCON is the temple projects, and Maharaj, in the mood of Srila Prabhupada, who also established many temples around the world. Maharaj already built temple in Fiji. It's a very established temple in Singapore, and currently Maharaj is, and also in Modasa, Maharaj is steered building a temple in Modasa, which is almost in the final stage, Modasa, Gujarat. And currently Maharaj is taken up a very a very huge project in Bangkok, Thailand. So it's a project estimated around 200 million baht, which is equivalent to
10 million.
10 million USD, 10 million US dollars. This is a very huge project. It's a very huge project. It's like a Hawa Mahal. Anyone have seen Hawa Mahal, Jaipur? So if you want to see another Hawa Mahal outside India, you should come to Bangkok very soon. So if anyone is interested in this project, please feel free to come and see me or Guru Maharaj. We can have a chat, we can show the project. And we can take part. And Maharaj is very keen in getting this manifested. The land is acquired, so there are so many things happening. So this is the area, and Maharaj has been traveling, and some of you can guess, not as young as all of us. Maharaj is 80, is going to turn 80 years old in August. And his birthday has been celebrated in Melbourne, because he's in Melbourne after this. So even at this age, these personalities, they travel around continuously without any tiredness. So once more travel to and fro, I need 2 days rest. But Maharaj is relentlessly traveling. In Australia, this is his 5th stop in the last 3 weeks. So from here he's going to Wellington, from there to Christchurch, from there to Auckland, from there he's coming to Melbourne in the next 2 weeks. So, and they do this personally do only for coming across the people like all of us, teach Krishna consciousness. So today Maharaj is going to speak on a very special subject matter as requested, on how to develop taste in chanting. So Maharaj is going to speak on that, and without much delay, I'll hand over to Guru Maharaj, and please listen carefully. And His Holiness Vedavyasapriya Maharaj ki Jai.
Om Prajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitanjana Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Padamahyam Dadati Svapadantika Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jatapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajakam Sahagana Raghunathan Tam Sujivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanatanscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranam Haripriya Vanchakalpatarupescha Kripa Sindhu Devacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namaha Namaham Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Samyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I was told that you have been studying about the Holy Name, practicing about the Holy Name, and now you are stuck at the taste of the Holy Name. In Harinam Chintamani, Haridas Thakur asserts three main important things. That first, we should remove the mist of ignorance about the efficacy of the Holy Name. When ignorance is removed, what do we need to remove ignorance? How the ignorance is removed? Chanting. The power is invested in the Holy Name. All right, all the potencies of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is invested in the Holy Name, and therefore Holy Name is the only thing that we have to resort. So never try to stop if you feel short of, some taste of that. But after ignorance is working like the mist. Who removes the mist? The sunlight itself, right? Then, but there are clouds which are much more denser than the mist, and they are called anarthas. If we remain ignorant about the efficacy of the Holy Name, then naturally anarthas will develop. But they are also like clouds, much more denser. You have two choices. You can move yourself from the shadow of the cloud to where the cloud is not there. Right? It means association of the devotee. The power of the association is very important. So if you chant your Holy Name and the association of the devotees, is voluntarily moving or choosing to be under this open sunlight of chanting Hare Krishna. All right, that's one choice. The other, wait, if you don't want to move, the cloud will be removed by the power of the sun. The Holy Name is so powerful that it will move the cloud also away. But if ignorance is developing to the anarthas, then anarthas will develop into aparadhas. All right? And they are very gross, and the first and foremost offense is to blaspheme the devotee who has dedicated his life and propagated the faith of the Lord. That should never be even imagined in your dreams. Otherwise, such idea, if pop up in our sight, then it will come out as words and then in action. So all these three phases are deeper and deepest region of ignorance. So the holy name will not tolerate anyone who is offending a devotee. It takes the onus on its own head. That is, nobody can vouch to chant more to remove that offense. It is impossible. You know the story of Durvasa, I don't have to tell it, but it is there. So the point is that there are so many things within our heart from time immemorial, like Asat Krishna, just hankering for something which is temporary and giving more importance in the life than the holy name. Naturally, it will prevent our growth. All right? Then Hridaya Granthi. Hridaya Granthi is another thing, the tight knots in our heart about not properly getting education about the holy name, that how much important in this community. Other processes are okay, meritorious, but it will not be functioning, just like Yagyadana Tapakriya. They were purifying in their own time. But this is Kali Yuga. We continue, but the effect is not that much to purify oneself. However, tons of money people will give, but unless and until they are not encouraged to chant the holy name. So, Srila Prabhupada asserted he had no other strength but the holy name and the holy instructions of his Guru Maharaj. If you have money, print books and get the money. Then entire framework of spreading Krishna consciousness was built upon that foundation. And as it kept unfolding, then there was immense potency invested in Srila Prabhupada to manifest from nothing to everything. All right. So, even though it's say Bahujanma Yadikare Shravana Kirtana Tabutana Pai Krishna Pade Premadhan, you will not be able to achieve in many, many lifetimes. So we need to progress further. What is Shuddhanam? Unless and until we chant purely, we may think for some time that yes, I'm chanting by proper hearing and then chanting, so I can remember. It is not other way around. First chant and then you hear. Therefore, we have to hear from the mouth of a pure devotee and then accept the mood of his chanting and development. Generally, we miss the point, but it is very important that listening first, and then you repeat after him. Prabhupada says, simply repeat after him. It's not only that that the holy name has to be repeated after him. Even that is the process in congregational chanting, in kirtan, and one is a leader and you follow him. Yes. There's a bad habit, and especially in Gujarat, when they know everything, then they all start chanting. Or when you chant Hare Krishna after the proper prayers, invocation prayers, then and everybody joins. But that's the wrong process. Hear and chant. Right? So you respond the leader who is chanting. That's right. So there are so many indications that we take it so trivial and we get stuck under the veil of ignorance that we do not have taste for chanting. So I would like to share some light. Shuddhanam a Shuddhanam chanter observes Krishna appearing personally on his tongue. That's what Srila Prabhupada said. That a pure devotee says anybody who chants Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Lord Krishna is dancing on his tongue. But the chanter doesn't know that. And others who are practicing, they also do not say. But a pure devotee says Lord Shri Krishna, because the identical situation between the holy name and the possessor of the holy name are the one and same. Abhinna tvama nama namino. That is the definition. So there is no difference between nam and nam. So how to come to concentrate upon that meaning? Let's try to understand. A Shuddhanam chanter observes Krishna appearing personally on his tongue. This is the pure stage of chanting. It is as an effect of this chanting he receives the pure love of Godhead. But Namabhas is there. This is the chanting on the clearing stage that we have. Most of us are stuck on this stage, clearing stage. Then Abhas means reflection. Or it's also called shadow with little dim light is there, but you can make a distinction. If it is total darkness, then it's not called Abhas. Abhas is a dim reflection, not deep reflection. So in the Namabhas stage, there is deliberate endeavor to avoid offenses and to hear the holy name with full attention. What can you do? And try to avoid the offenses. So you recite, everybody should know 10 offenses. They should recite as a prerequisite to keeping our mind. In the temples they do practice, but at home also you should practice. It's not that you are imitating the temple standard, but it is helping us for the purpose that we are chanting in the first place. So, by serving the spiritual master with full attention, one rises to the Shuddhanam stage. It means by that time, he would all been developed into, say, initiating stage and then proper study and working out himself. It's not that I'm chanting for about 35 years, 40 years, and yet I don't have the effect of the holy name. The effect of the holy name can be immediately perceived if one is thinking on the level of the soul. So primary study is that we are not this body. We are soul, spirit, part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. So therefore, one must rise gradually to Shuddhanam state. It is not an immediate effect. Of course, from our past life, wherever we stopped, we got a second chance to continue, and we should continue for sure. It will be a good impetus. It is very nice, encouragement that it is not that for the first time you have heard chanting of Hare Krishna. In the Kali Yuga, it is the only, and even in previous Kali Yuga, Lord Brahma said, Iti Shodashakam Namnam Kali Kalmasha Nashanam Nadar Bharata Rupaya Sarva Vedeshu Drashyate. So there are many Kali Yugas, and Hare Krishna Mahamantra was effective, but it was effective only up to liberation. But we know pure devotional service starts after liberation, and that is available only when Lord Shri Krishna appears 5,000 years back, and for the uh, merciful nature that Lord Krishna and Radharani combine into Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And how, meanwhile, we have developed so many misunderstandings between the word itself, Ram and Krishna. People say, oh, the original mantra is Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. So, why do you chant Hare Krishna first? Well, that is mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The love of Godhead is available in this Kali Yuga. After the effect of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 535 years back, he instilled, and it is available in the pure disciplic succession coming from him. So, this is important. We are not whimsical, but there are specific reasons why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu turned not upside down, but the mantra on other way around. We chant Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. On the strength of Kirtanadeva Krishnasya Mukta Sangam Param Braje. Kalau dosha nidhe rajan, asti eko mahat guna, ek hi mahan guna. And that is Kirtanad eva Krishnasya. So why do you have to chant even the names of other avatars? And what is the difference between Krishna and Ram? And if you see the etymology, they say Krudhatu is all supportive and is blissful. This is the effect. But at the same time, the word Rama is denoted to Radharani. Ramanti yoginaha satyanande chidatmani iti Rama pade nasho parabrahma abhidhiyate. Ram is the reservoir of pleasure and is of the absolute truth. But do you think Lord Ramchandra and Treta Yuga gave anybody love of Godhead? Everybody was miserable. Who did he give the love? But in his Leela, a lot of love was performed at the highest climax by Mother Sita, that she accompanied Lord Ramachandra to fulfill the desire of the Lord. She is an internal potency, Radharani. But at the same time, she made a kind of voluntary choice herself to accompany, even though one is not supposed to take his wife when he goes into the jungle or anywhere. That is not her place. But pleasure potency goes with the Lord, cannot be separated. If there would have been no Sita, there would be no Ramayana. Right? She was the central figure, but it is for agreeing with Lord Ramchandra's desire to fulfill the role of the potency for the pleasure. And we see there is no pleasure, apparently, as if the pleasure is hidden from Ramayana. It's all struggle, all disappointments, everything. The life is all disappointing, but you will not find direct pleasure. It is indirect pleasure there in Ramayana. And we have to understand that. So, anyway, going further, the Nama Paradas are there, chanting with the offenses, and you can't run your No, it is like running faster, you will exhaust. As long as the chanting is performed with offenses, it is absolutely impossible to attain the love of God. So therefore we are told to watch out. Nothing else should be aspired than to progress to the next stage as quickly as possible. Offenses have to be given up. You can't harbor. And you can't give up alone. Therefore, association is very much needed. The devotees who are becoming free from. So who do I have to associate? With advanced devotee who doesn't have any, harboring of guilt feelings, of the offenses against the holy name, to blaspheme the devotee who have dedicated their life of spreading the glory of the Lord. This is called Vaishnava Aparad. It is also called Hathilakshana, mad elephant. And this is the incident of Ramchandra Puri criticizing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Look, this is the line of ants going on. You must be hiding some sweets, and gorging yourself, two kinds of qualities of Vaishnava, Swarupa Lakshan and Tatastha Lakshan. A devotee is surrendered to Lord Shri Krishna, this is Swarupa Lakshan. And Tatastha Lakshan are the marginal qualities, like being merciful, tolerant, 26 qualities of a devotee. Out of them, 25 are Swarupa Lakshan. I'm sorry, the Tatastha Lakshan. Only one is differentiating between Mayavadi sannyasi and devotee sannyasi, is that devotees are surrendered to Krishna. Surrendering to Krishna is not there in Mayavadi sannyasi. So they can apparently develop other good qualities, more or less, but you have to judge. If they have no surrendering attitude, it means it is a Mayavadi, and you should cast them out, because he will not be able to help you. It's an offense when there is criticism between disciples of different gurus, or between the gurus, or between the disciples of the same guru. Criticism is having no place there. Somebody will say, I am great, my spiritual master is the greatest. Amara Guru, Jagat Guru. But that is the lakshan of a dharma dvaji, one who is a flag bearer. But he hides his own weaknesses and exposes Guru by glorifying the Guru in a insincere way, right? So one should not criticize a Vaishnava about his caste, unintentional sins, last traces of his previous sins, or sinful activities prior to his surrendering to Lord Krishna. Nobody asks a sannyasi about his purvashram. It is offense to ask about his purvashram. The causes of Vaishnava Aparad, asatsanga, association with women, to mix with any of the types of non-devotees. They are envious sense enjoyers, Mayavadis, pretenders, and atheists. Avoid them. They will not encourage you to even chant properly. So, whoever kills or blasphemes a Vaishnava, whoever is envious of a Vaishnava or angry with him, whoever does not offer him obeisances or not feeling joy upon seeing a Vaishnava, certainly falls into a hellish condition. Uttama Vaishnava, there are three kinds of devotees: Kanishta Vaishnava, Madhyam Vaishnava, and Uttam Vaishnava, right? So, the importance of associating with the devotees. Krishna personally appears in the heart of pure Vaishnava together with bhakti and devotion, Ladini, his pleasure-giving potency, and Sangit, his knowledge-giving potency. By associating with such pure Vaishnava, one also receives this bhakti. That is the main purpose. Why do you associate? If there is no achievement, it's a tasteless association. Three objects help us to attain bhakti. Pure devotees, food remnants, second, water which has been washed from his lotus feet, and the dust from his lotus feet. The Kanistha Vaishnava, you know the definition of it. The faith is formal and meager. Formality, it is customary that I should visit a temple, but have darshan with the Lord and no communication with the devotees. It's a Kanistha Vaishnava. Worship the deity, has not developed interest in serving the sadhu. A neophyte will have to receive a pure devotee's blessings to advance in Krishna consciousness. This is the only remedy. Only the blessings may you progress. Right? And by the mercy of the Vaishnava, he may develop some taste. Madhyam Vaishnava, develops loving affection for Lord Krishna, that is in the deity worship, fine. Friendship with Lord's devotee is very important. And then compassion for the innocent, because now he can come to the point of distinction between who is fortunate and who is not. Evades company of atheist, and he quickly becomes a pure devotee. He alone becomes eligible to chant pure name. Everybody who wants to advance must take this important thing. This is today's subject. What are his activities? We'll say the pure devotee of the highest level, Uttama Vaishnava, is the third category. It sees Lord Krishna manifest everywhere. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered Jagannath Puri temple, he saw the Lord for the first time. He fell flat. Thavar jangam dekhe na dekhe. Istadeva put whether the Lord is a stable statue. Jangam means moving. We stop our vision. The deity can reciprocate. It's called Vigraha Seva. It depends upon the purification that the pujari has received in advancement. In third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Kapil Dev is telling Devahuti, if a pujari is in direct touch with serving the deity, he develops automatically a consciousness of he's not a statue worshipper or an idol worshipper. His Vigraha Seva. Vigraha Seva, Vigraha is the name of the body. There are about 13 names. Out of several names you know. Sharir, Tanu, Deha, Dehinosmin Yatha Dehe, all these definitions, but they do not put the same body. So Vigraha is also name of that body. Just like Varshma. Varshma is the name of body. It means that it has ability to produce like one. It's called Varshma. Tanu, the product from one body to another is called Tanu. Tanuja, bone of body. All right? There are Deha means Chiyate iti Deha, one that is capable to have metabolic activities. It's called Deha. Shiryate Jiryate iti Sharira. Then one grows and then dwindles also. That's called Sharira. So in the same way, Vigraha has a meaning. Vigraha means one that is capable to reciprocate with sentient feelings. Sentient feelings, not sentimental feelings. Never become attached to the deity with your sentiments. That is anti-bhakti program. Most of us do not know, but there is a sahajiya bhav which is not guided properly. They do. But because it is Vigraha, it's reciprocating. So Kapil Dev tells Mother Devahati, if a pujari who deals with the deity and cannot reflect that dealing for the congregation, then his puja does not reach to the deity. His puja does not reach to the deity. Rather, he may be thinking, many pujaris are decorating themselves with a lot of perfume, They apply on the deity, but then they apply on their body. You do not identify a pujari with perfume. It's an external application, but we have to be watch out. How do we behave? How does a pujari behave? That is more important. Uttama Vaishnava is the pure devotee of the highest level. He sees the Lord manifest, the Lord Krishna manifest everywhere, and knows that everything rests in him. And the Lord Krishna is his life and soul, unconcerned with distinction of who is a Vaishnava and who is not. He sees everybody equal. What is the equal in everybody? It's Krishna. Krishna is equal in everybody. Krishna does not distinguish between this body and that body. Samoham sarvabhuteshu na dveshti na priyorti me. Krishna is always partial to his devotees. Because devotees are his life and soul. Those who are good people and bad people, but what is if they are not devotees? Krishna does not interfere in favoring anybody or disfavoring anybody. So, his life revolves around the holy name. So, can you imagine the fortunate situation of a pujari? He is not only simply to ring the bell, to develop such a character of a high importance that he can become very exemplary for others to follow. Prabhupada said that deity worship or the deities are for neophytes. They will be naturally attracted to the deities, but not with the devotees. But Prabhupada also gave opportunity for education of the pujari, following the Vaishnava etiquette, at the same time trained up in offering attitudes. When you go on the altar, you can't pay obeisances in front of the Lord. That is not your place. It is sanctum sanctorum. So all this attitude has to be developed in a pujari, and to see how his love for Lord Shri Krishna, with all the restriction possible that are supposed to be learned as a proper etiquette, that comes in the seva aparadas. Nama aparadas, seva aparadas are there. So a pujari has to. The holy name is the essence of everything. So, what are the activities of Madhyamadika? He is always engaged in serving the sadhus. Those who have taken the vow for chanting 16 rounds daily without fail and following 4 regulative principles, they have to always engage in serving the sadhus. His stage marks the beginning of pure Vaishnavism, distinguishes Vaishnava from a non-Vaishnava. It doesn't mean he is a discriminator. He is an intelligent person, whom to associate and whom not to. Serving pure devotees is his necessity. If he does not do, then again he gets stuck. All right. A devotee's activities should center around association with the sadhus, service to the sadhus, the chanting of the holy name, and constant attitude of compassion for all living entities. This is putting him in the higher rank because of the chanting requires unoffensive attitude, gross or subtle. We know even if somebody does out of previous habituation remedy for sadhu ninda, he must fall at the feet of sadhu and repent bitterly, weeping. He must beg forgiveness. He should declare himself a fallen wretch in the need of Vaishnava's grace. Nothing else can remedy. Even if Vedavyasapriya Muni would go to Vaikuntha, he had to come disappointed. And it made him understand that only Amrish Maharaj can rescue him. So, but his attitude should be very repentant. It's almost like the impersonalist who are aruhya kruchena paramapadam tata patanti adha anada yushmadandraya. Impersonalists cannot go. Even though in Brihad Bhagavatamritam we are learning that Lord Shiva traps the impersonalist in Mahakalapura, which is on the age of Viraja, on this side, material side. But the brilliance of Brahmajyoti is coming there. Brahmajyoti is also here, but who will perceive it? Without Brahmajyoti, without spiritual life, how are we inducted? The holy name is full of spiritual potency. So it is the effect of Brahmajyoti, but Lord Shiva is the custodian, he is the gatekeeper of the firmament, and he traps them. So it is said, Ye anyer arvindaksha vimuktamanina tayastapava avishuddha buddhaya aruhya kruchena paramapadam tatah patantiyada anadat yushmadandraya. Because they have not taken the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, and they think that they have achieved the highest, unification of the glare of Brahmajyoti. They want to merge in it, but they are misled. It is duty of Lord Shiva to protect the impostors going back home, back to Godhead. Go back, you don't have visa. But Gopakumar had the visa. All right? He came up to Mahakalpur of Lord Shiva. But Lord Shiva says that he's chanting the holy name. And he started jumping and said, oh, I know you are going to Vaikuntha. I want to come with you. That is Lord Shiva's, reaction immediately. And before Gopakumar says anything and Shiva expresses his desire, he saw four Vaikuntha people came to take Gopakumar to Vaikuntha. He said, okay, my job is over. I will have to stay here. So that is Sadashiva, And it is very beautifully explained and to understand the importance that who can go back home, back to Godhead if he is serving the Holy Name, chanting, serving the sadhus. Everyone is imbued with the potency of chanting. And if we remain in connection with that, without any offense, then surely we will get the taste of the Holy Name. A sadhu is very merciful, his heart will soften and he will embrace the offender, thus relieving him from his offenses. And there is also an anecdote. If suppose that person does not forgive the offender, then what happens? Both are in the same boat. So watch out. Both are in the same boat. And nobody can complain against each other. You keep on fighting, we don't care. Don't disturb here. Like that. So similarly, second offense, okay. All these second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, and 10 offenses can be mitigated by chanting in association with the fifth. Only the first one. So I'm not going to talk from the second offense. All right. So pure chanting is available to the serious devotees, and there cannot be any alibi, because it's the rule of the absolute truth. So thank you very much. Anybody has any questions? I try to put through what they call high-speed rail train. He's giving me warning.
Krishna Guru Maharaj.
Yeah, I have speaker in my ear.
Guru Maharaj, first thing is, these days we are chanting on the Zoom or anything like that, with the congregation chanting. Do we see as a worthwhile, like it's a worth chanting there? Instead of chanting alone, some says like if you are having a direct connection with Krishna and it's your mood and you should chant only sitting in just one single place, no other distractions are there.
Rupa Swami said, Yena tena prakarana mana Krishna niveshayat. So why do you have an objection for Zoom chanting?
No, there is sometimes more distraction when we chant with someone. There is only someone sitting and we are hearing, but there are like.
If somebody is
people are
disturbing you, why do you bring him there? Common sense. You select out. You are at liberty. But if you are lazy, you would ignore him and let him do whatever he thinks. Then your complaint is not valid. Prabhu, it's a waste of time.
Guru Maharaj sometimes happen like they are audio only, and some are sitting in audio, some in video.
So what?
No.
Audio, video, at least in video, audio is there. Audio is more important. But what are you listening? Simply alphabets? That's your problem.
So we should hear only ours, or it's better to hear because they're having a
Why
different
not?
way.
We are supposed to listen first and then repeat.
So Papa chanting we can put in a background, and at least if we are alone we can do that, or if we are in a congregation.
Whatever it is, if you have faith and other people's chanting rather than questioning them, then you are at loss, Prabhu. Why do you have to distinguish that he is not a pure chanter? You are casting an apprehension.
So we get distracted.
You are distracted, therefore you are casting. That is the root cause. You are already distracted, therefore you are casting aspersion on something else. Somebody who is leading, chanting this and that. Oh, this guy is putting video. Oh, I have to see his face. Oh, So, all these anomalies are there, and then you don't get the desired result. Better get away. Simply listen the vibrations. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you so much for a wonderful class. Maharaj, if we commit offenses to the Vaishnavas unknowingly, how we need to rectify that? Maharaj, please.
How do you know it is unknowing? Unless you come to know.
I mean, if I am not getting the taste, means offense is one of the things.
You will become more aware unless it is what we call a registered offense. If it is registered in somebody's mind, or if he tells, hey Prabhu, don't commit this kind, your life will be doomed, never commit this Vaishnava Aparadha, then what? Even though you do not know, but then go ahead, Prabhu. Unknowingly, if I have committed some offense to your lotus feet, please forgive me. But that must be there. That attitude will save us. Yes, no. Pass on, pass on.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
I'm sorry, intercepting. Okay. Bolo jaldi.
Even after chanting for such a long time, still that taste of that pure taste you mentioned, I feel I'm still stuck at Nam Abbas level. Even I feel my chanting is not improving. Please.
Yeah, you want to have taste of mango in the holy name? What kind of taste? Eh? Does your tongue become dry when you chant? Or it oozes the taste? Yes, pure holy name it's having its own taste. We can't put artificial color and the flavoring. The taste of the holy name is love. Have you tasted love? You have glimpse of it.
When Srila Prabhupada chanted Jai Radha Madhav, you will see he's crying. That love is.
Now, Srila Prabhupada is totally absorbed in the words and manifestation of the Lord. There's no difference. You can't see him separating the Lord from his holy name. The potent and potency should be close together. Prabhupada would see that even if we keep for convenience some distance between Gaur-Nitai or the Radha Krishna, Prabhupada said, put them together as close as possible. You can't separate. Prabhupada never missed all these kind of observations, even though how simple they are. And Prabhupada corrected it. You can't afford separation, nam and naminaha, abhinnatvam nama. And yet we have some audacity to separate them. That is not good. Yeah, well, please give her mic.
On, Mataji on.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I have one very short question. You said the dark cloud of ignorance will be removed, either be coming out of that ignorance and chanting and being in the satsang, and or like
Just
chanting.
wait, have patience, because it is the power of sun that moves the cloud away. So you are going to be again in open, merciful sky where sunshine is fully, available.
We have that confidence that the Krishna will give that, move that cloud and bring the glory in our lives. But we have kids like who are not small enough to just bring them with us, or who are not adults.
So move away from the direction of the cloud. It will be faster.
So how about the kids? Like we know the love of Krishna. We want the same love to our kids because as a
Why?
parent,
You can't love kids that way. Sorry.
no, we want the
It is
love of Krishna
sentimental.
on them.
No, it is sentimental. We have seen, even as many children you have, that many Laddu Gopal you will want to put. And you will want to repose your love from Krishna to your children.
No, but we want the mercy to the kids as well because as a parent, we are so selfish or maybe whatever. We want the same blessing or the mercy. of Krishna.
But because you are practicing Krishna consciousness, kids will receive. You do not have to make an extra effort, even raise them in Krishna consciousness. That's all. That is the mercy. Otherwise, who is teaching them? Parents are supposed to teach Krishna
But they
consciousness.
are not small, like small enough to teach, young enough to teach. They are the teenagers or the mid-teenagers.
Mataji, when they are under 12, they will believe you. But after that, you will be frustrated. Watch out. Because the mercy that you want to give to your kids will not be available in their public schooling. They will be completely trained against your desire. Then, what will you do? So, better invest Krishna consciousness right from the childhood.
No, but they're already it's so unfortunate that we come to the Krishna consciousness at this age.
They will also, when you are implanting the seed, sooner or later they have to grow. But let them have hard kicks of Maya and don't become so much upset. That will be material affection and you will be at loss.
Maharaj, we got youth programs going on.
Huh?
We got youth programs. You can send your child to youth programs.
Temple is conducting the youth program, Mataji. You can send your, children there.
Sure.
So regularly we have programs.
Your question. Maharaj, thanks for the wonderful class. I had a mic. Please take mic. So, Maharaj, did I don't know. Hare Krishna. Yes, Maharaj, thanks for the wonderful class. So, did you mention that the deity worship, when it comes to deity worship, does it fall under the Kanishta Adhikari category? And plus, the follow-up is that you should not get close to the deity? No. Okay. So that means
It's not that. Prabhupada said deities are attracting the neophytes. Neophytes have natural, affinity because of the inherent fervor being a Hindu. they are dependent upon temples, and temples without deities has no meaning. So for neophyte, attraction is deity, not the devotee. That is how categorization of Kanishtadhikari is there.
But then there can be attraction to both deity and devotee.
Naturally, the devotees are more important for practice. Begin the practice. They cannot jump in the altar. They have to be trained, right? So second initiation is there, then training is there, and then they can choose to serve the Lord directly or indirectly even. Like the paraphernalia preparation. Matajis do wonderful garlands and this and then according to the dress, you know. That's beautiful art.
Mike. Switch it on, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. I had two questions. So, at the beginning of the class, you were talking about how hearing comes first and then the chanting comes after that. So, in classes, we hear so many inspiring instructions and advice and so forth. So, the hearing part, we often do well. We can just sit and hear. But following the instructions, following the advice is a different story. And that's where a lot of people get stuck because following it requires
The
determination. and so
following
many-
also comes under instruction which have failed to hear. If he is not able to follow, it means he has not heard properly. Is it not? What is the difference between chanting Hare Krishna and its efficacy and a person who has not heard properly? The process he may take, but if he has not heard properly, the stage-wise instructions. Krishna tells, Pratyaksha avagamam dharmyam susukham kartum avyayam. Raja vidya raja guhyam pavitram idam uttamam. Pratyaksha avagamam. Avagamam means follow and stepwise process. Then kartum susukham. The result will be very pleasant, and avyayam means inexhaustible. Whatever you gain remains permanent. But if you have not heard properly, where is the gain? You might have interpreted differently. Oh, it is not in my capacity, so I should avoid. But these instructions are cardinal instructions. And that should, how seriously one is taking, you know, that is the importance. Anything else?
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj,
Oh.
Dandavad Pranam.
Bapre.
You mentioned pure devotional love will come after the liberation. Would you please?
Are Baba, pure liberation means it's a nishtha stage, but then you have to develop rati, akarsh, then asakti. Asakti means attachment.
Guru Maharaj, but
Then
After-
bhava and then prem.
but
But that is pradur bhavet kramaha. It's systematically one after happens.
but Guru Maharaj, liberation, after liberation, do we still have a body? We will not be able to serve
At
Lord
least
without
not
the
bodily conception. You'll be free within this body. Brahma bhuta prasannatma no shoshati no kankshati samat sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labhare pada. That stages of liberation. Brahma Bhuta, Prasanna, Manna Swachati. That is liberation. But Bhaktim Labhate Param, that is essential to have the pure devotional service. Will begin from there. So generally, after Nishtha, it is said, if you have Nishtha, you reach to the liberation stage. But there are still residual anarthas remaining. So develop rati, means akarshan, on the spiritual level. You will be more concentrating on the effect that still lacking. So attachment rati will be necessary. Then asakti, become attached to that. Then everything will be removed. No more attachment. Okay? Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Oh my God.
Any last few questions? One. Mataji. We'll take his and then.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj Ji.
Hare Baba, Shripa. Okay, you are there. Sorry. He's the nearest.
Yeah. Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj Ji. One question is like, how efficient is the chanting of holy name in different situations? Let's say we know that we have to chant with beads, engaging our tongue, touch senses and ears. Versus, so if we follow that and do that, versus let's say somebody is chanting without having beads, just in the mind, versus somebody is chanting but speaking but not with the beads. So does the efficacy of chanting holy name changes in these different situations?
And chanting Brahma Murta will definitely make different effect than mode of passion or ignorance, which is during day and night. Avoid it. Get up early from your lethargy. Prabhupada said, as soon as you get up, say about 4:30, start chanting. Because this is in mode of goodness. Your mouth will not be in mode of goodness, but chanting will be. But you will waste time, 45 minutes in the bathroom, and then half of the time is getting over. Finish your chanting within 2 hours.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I have another very basic question. Like, I'm not matured enough in the Krishna consciousness. I'm just starting now. I have another basic question. So basically you said, like, being with the satsang or the devotee of Krishna will help me to grow in this consciousness. But there is sometimes it's so unfortunate that, like, you will have a family who are atheist or who are believer of something else, but being, like, being accompanying them, it becomes unavoidable. So what do we, our family member or a friend, like, how do we deal with such kind of relationship?
Now you become expert how to cheat them. They will not find, as for example, it is said, if somebody has developed some paramour love, he would not let his spouse know, okay? And that's the, Krishna is the most intimate paramour for everybody. He takes place of everyone, He wants to remove everything, all attachment, everything. He is such a jealous Lord. Obey.
Yes.
So, but don't try to imitate, okay? There are rules and regulations for development. Don't cut it short, or don't bribe anything in between.
Okay. Any last question? Okay, Raji, Ratisa Prabhu has some announcement.
Hare Krishna.